Hey everyone, it's Anne here bringing you the Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle reading for this week. Now we're slowly ending Venus retrograde, as some of you may know, and it's on the 15th. So we're getting to that stage where it's almost complete. And there's some interesting things that's been happening for many of you. And I've been getting a lot of questions about how this affects your situation, your life. Does it have any meaning? Does it have any significance? Well, actually it does, and everybody is different. But you also have to remember that we are going to be going into Mercury retrograde. Now, with Mercury retrograde, I know this is like a little bit more of a familiar retrograde than Venus retrograde. With Mercury retrograde, we tend to have more of like this feeling of like something wasn't said, or something that we needed to say and we didn't say it to that person, or we didn't do something that we were supposed to do. And it kind of like triggers off something inside of us, kind of like a trigger point that brings open like past wounds and past feelings and emotions, and with combination with Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde. And by the way, Mercury retrograde doesn't start yet. It starts actually, I believe it's on April 9th. And right now we're in the shadow phase. So some of us are getting like the little bit of the preview with Mercury retrograde. It's kind of like that time when you don't know it's happening, but things got like haywiring with like computers, phones, things like that, you know, occur. And then we say, is it Mercury retrograde? Checking the calendar, and lo and behold, it's Mercury retrograde. So what I'm going to be doing is giving a little bit more of a reading towards what to expect with Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde combined. I mean, it's technically going to be together like for maybe about like less than a week, but it may have an effect. So let's get on with the reading. Okay, I've shuffled the cards and I've asked the angels to give us guidance and direction on what we need to learn and know about our divine partner and what we need to do in order to reach our goal. The cards that I did use were the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins by Doreen Virtue. I love these cards. There's something about mermaids and dolphins and even fairies and butterflies. I just love, I'm very drawn to them. Okay, so the first card that I pulled, let me just watch your thoughts. Now, the thing is that we tend to sometimes react and do things without thinking, and many times we tend to put ourselves in a predicament that we did not realize that we were going to be in, and then we say, what did I do? How do I take it back? Well, the simple fact is, you know, you can't take it back, but you can be careful on future events. When you find that there is something that is troubling you, there is something that has not been said, something that you need to say, you need to really watch your thoughts, especially with the shadow phase of Mercury retrograde. I mean, you can say so many different things to somebody and not mean one of them, but because you were upset or you had a bad day. And with Venus retrograde still in effect, I mean, our emotions sometimes can be through the roof. I mean, it's not your fault. It's just the influence of the retrogrades that are happening both at the very same time. Now, I know with springtime energy, we're supposed to have like this new feeling of relief and you know, the winter is gone, and you know, we're going to embrace spring and beautiful weather, or we're going to be embracing autumn because summer is gone, where depending on where you live. Whatever it is, it's a new season. And with new seasons, it does tend to sometimes get us a little worked up in a good sense, but sometimes in a not so good sense. And with these two retrogrades, we can't blame it totally on the retrogrades, but we can learn to understand that why our actions are happening and why we are going through what we're going through. And the same goes for your divine partner. You know, there's a lot that they may be feeling the same as you are, and you don't realize that the two of you can be going through a certain type of vicious cycle. I mean, the arguments, negativities, distance, separation. I mean, it's all rolled up into one. The purpose is to help you grow and spiritually find what it truly is that you need in your life, the goal in life. Okay, so let's go to the second card. Break free. Okay, now, very interesting with this card because there's a lot that we've been trying to understand in our lives, and sometimes you may be feeling like, I need to break free from this and I need to just let it go. And it could be a certain situation, and it could be a certain person that you feel like you need to break away from. But the thing is that you need to, like this card said, watch your thoughts. You really have to watch your thoughts before you actually do make a decision to break free, because breaking free could mean breaking free from that bondage state, that feeling that you've been holding on to for so long, and you've never really understood why you've held on to it so much. You know, like could be like that we talked about before, the certain wounds that you hold on to, and the wounds that just be like they are ignited in a certain sense. And when they're ignited, they actually call into a lot more like of a feeling of negativity and emotions and an outburst. And this is when you find yourself like, how did I get myself here? How did I find myself into this negative place? The fact is, break free from this certain pattern. And this pattern can only happen if you allow it to happen. So remember what I'm telling you. Remember what this card is showing you. Break free. Like the dolphin is swimming away. She's leaving her troubles behind, her worries behind, and she's not going to let anything from her past bring her down. She's going to start fresh. She's going to start and embrace, you know, like that new season that we're coming into, or we're already into, I should say. Okay, so let's go to the next card. Okay. Let yourself receive. Now, this is a very beautiful card at the same time when it's right next to break free, because you're actually allowing yourself to feel the goodness. Feel that sense of, I'm receiving love and light from the divine, and I'm actually allowing myself to be free and to be loved. I'm not allowing any type of negative energy from maybe your partner, your soulmate, something that may have occurred in your life, and you're going back to it and examining it and analyzing it and trying to put another solution to why something has happened. It's unnecessary, because every time you do this, you're bringing in, like we talked about, you're bringing in that bondage feeling of not feeling free. This is all about you letting yourself receive the goodness of the blessings that are going to be given to you abundantly by above, by divine, by God. It's just, you have to receive the light. You have to receive, you know, from the higher above that you're loved. And giving love and receiving love is the key here, because when you're with your divine partner, or you're apart from your divine partner, your twin flame, let's say, feels every ounce of energy that you feel. Okay, this is something that you both constantly give and take from one another. But the one thing is that if you're not allowing love to flow through, how in the world is your twin flame going to feel the love that you both share towards each other? See, the thing is that you're the one that needs to carry this on to love, so that things can manifest, so things can develop. I mean, when you're with someone that is meant to be, and it's going to happen, there's nothing that's going to prevent it, no matter what obstacle, no matter what challenge you're facing. If you don't love yourself, it's going to be prolonged. And if you don't allow yourself to receive, it will be prolonged, because both of you are not giving and receiving. So one of you has to step up. And I advise that to be you, okay? Let yourself receive, let yourself let go. Let yourself let go of the bondage state that you felt from feeling feeling I have to give to my twin flame, and I have to feel this pain because this is the only way we're going to be connected. And this is very incorrect, because just because you feel less of the pain, or you feel more at peace with the situation, doesn't mean that you've disconnected. Basically, it's all about you feeling love, and automatically you're not going to feel the pain, because twin flames, I have to say, don't have to have pain in their relationship in order to feel one another. They do go through challenges, they do go through chaos and sometimes some drama, but when they actually do merge and they do finally connect, it's the most beautiful and wonderful feeling that you can ever feel with anyone. And I'm sure you're aware of this type of connection. Though even with a soulmate, I mean, you can still find this beautiful love with your soulmate. It doesn't have to necessarily be the twin. It's just that you have to find a certain feeling to just absorb and be loved, okay? So let's go to the next card. Let me just slide these over. Self-forgiveness, okay? Now, very important, very important. You know, a lot of us don't think about this as much, but we blame ourselves for almost everything that we do, and it doesn't, you know, go right, or we just don't see something happen. And, you know, we're very, very hard on ourselves. I have to say, you know, it's not just in, you know, in ourselves. It's also when somebody is not in our life, and somebody is not sharing our life with us, or somebody, you know, left, or somebody did not come through, or something did not happen. Self-forgiveness is all about just letting go of being so hard on yourself. I mean, you know, you are a person of perfection, and you are beautiful. And, you know, we talk about this too with positive affirmations. It's so important. But you know what? If you don't self-forgive yourself for the things that has happened, you're never going to have any of those things with love, and you cannot absorb the love that you feel with your soulmate. You're not going to feel that divine connection that you both share, because it's all clouded. Maybe you thought that they were the one that ran from you, but actually you could be the one running from them. I mean, the truth is, we are all runners, and running from the truth, running from the light, running from anything that is meant to happen to us, we self-sabotage us. I have to say, we sometimes we don't see it, but it comes to us, and we just we beat ourselves up for no reason. And, you know, that could even go on to, you know, with your diet. I mean, I know I'm guilty sometimes, and, you know, I indulge because I love food. But, you know, you have to remember that when you do this to yourself, your spirit takes offense, and your spirit takes it to the point where you may laugh it off, and you may say, you know, oh, it's nothing, and, you know, continue to do this on a daily basis. This is actually giving yourself permission not to love yourself, giving yourself permission to say things to yourself that is okay, because you know what? It's not okay. You have to learn to understand that the things that we do in our life is part of the process, part of our growth area in our lives, that we are getting stronger. And the only way to get stronger is to learn, to explore. Every day is a new day. It's a challenge sometimes, yes, but you know what? The challenge gets easier when you actually learn that love lives inside of us, and we're not accepting it. We're just, you know, looking at, you know, this person and that person, you know, blaming ourselves because why aren't we this way? You know, it's not a form of jealousy. It's just a form of feeling, you know, like less. And less is not good, because it shows on a person's aura. It shows in the person's face, in their eyes. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed people, you can be fine, and then you see that they seem to be down, and you just can feel it. And, you want to help that person, but though you can't because that person's not telling you, and you're not going to go to that person and ask them directly, but you know that this is something that maybe you should, start practicing a little bit on yourself, because maybe you look the same way in this person's eye. You really don't know. So basically what this reading represents is that it's time for you to just let go of the self-doubt, the self-pity, the self-negativities, the things that you've been holding on to. Watch your thoughts. Don't allow the thoughts to dominate you, and bring your spirit down, and break free from that sense of I'm break free from that feeling of I'm allowing things to overwhelm me. You're not alone. Everybody tries to break free from something, but it's not your fault. You can break free from this. Again, letting yourself to receive the light, receive the love. I know a lot of you meditate, and you try to find the true center, and that's wonderful. Meditation does help you to receive. You may be getting messages. You may be hearing different things inside you that deep inside that's what you need to do. I mean, there's a light in you, but once you listen to it, so I highly advise you to grab a stone. That's what I do. I take my crystal, I hold on to it, I ask the angels, I ask God, I ask for deliverance of what is necessary for me to grow. And you know what? I'm going to get a message. And I guarantee you, you will too. I know a lot of people say they can't meditate, but you can do this. And again, finally, self-forgiveness, forgiving yourself, letting go, It's just like this card says, if you can see what this card says. She says, let go of old guilt and remember that you are God's perfect child. And you are. You are God's perfect child. And let yourself just feel the light. You can do it. I know you can. But you have to believe in yourself. I believe in you, each and every one of you. So I hope this video resonated with you, because I know it resonated with me on many levels. I do have other videos that you're more than welcome to check out. And you can also subscribe to my channel if you like this video. I hope you can give me a thumbs up. I try every week, to get a new video reading message for you all, but sometimes I get a little busy, so I apologize in advance in case I do. For now, it's running along smoothly, and if you have a question, I'm more than happy to help you with it. Just write it in the comments below, and I will get to it. And also, if you would like a reading, a personal reading with me, there's links in the bottom with my blog and many, many articles. Until next time, God bless.